Hello and welcome viewers to another pick a card reading. This reading is a prequel of my last reading, which was pile number 4, 5 and 6. So whatever you chose and whatever your messages in that soul reading were, I want you to drop them now and in an unbiased way, choose one from these three piles. You can pause this video, meditate on these cards, and which whenever resonates with you, go with that reading. The timestamps for the reading are there in the description box. And yes, so now we'll get started with pile 1. But I want you to clarify one thing. In this reading, the messages are going to be more personal, as in like it is a soulmate reading, yes, but what is the purpose of that person in your life? Like, what is that soul lesson associated with the soul relationship? So yeah, if you haven't watched the last reading, which was around pile number 4, 5 and 6, you can do that and come back here, or you can go there after this video and get some more messages on the same, though they are completely unrelated videos in ways, but also in some ways there can be relation as to the relationship, as to the person you're thinking about, since soulmate relationships are all about two people. They are like two ends of the strings. The two people are on the two ends of the string, so there will always be some spectrum from the other side also in these readings, so keep that in mind. And you can choose your roles when I start telling you the stories behind these cards. And yes, let's get started with pile 1. Hello and welcome back, viewers. For those of you who chose pile 1, this is going to be a reading. And from the very energy of the cards being shuffled, I felt this has a lot to do with the self-confidence and authority in the relationship. Like, one of you or both of you hold a lot towards each other but don't know how to express it. There can be blockages in expression. Also, there can be a very imbalance of the expectations in this relationship. Like, from one or both the sides, both parties like to be the chaser, or either at least the masculine likes to be that chaser who is and who is happiest when the feminine is wildest. And once he realizes that there is some other aspects to this person, also to the feminine that he is chasing, is also transformative, this person seems to be losing it. Then they want to look for that feminine within, which they wanted to fulfill as a fantasy, becomes a lesson. So this is, I feel, a big soul lesson in this relationship, in this soulmate connection, where you need to know that fantasy world and reality world are different. And even if you enjoy the chase, you have to know once there are other aspects in relationship also which are to be enjoyed. It is not always a honeymoon period. There is more depth to a relationship when it comes to building up a connection and sustaining it. The question here is sustenance, like how you maintain your relationship, what are the points you connect at, and what you want it to be the future. Right now it feels like it has been held in a certain way. The most viable option is being used to hold this relationship the most, but the innermost things right now are not being expressed because there are issues around authority and confidence. As I said, if the one starts to express themselves, also the other feels that they are losing control in a situation. So that kind of issues, I feel, very like choke in the throat kind of situation. Like, don't know how to say it, don't know how to gulp it in, and just yeah. And yeah, so I would say that since the masculine here has so much involvement outside of this relationship, and or either both of your masculinity, both of your needs are outside there also, so you need to slow down a bit. Let this take a natural course, because this definitely holds a relationship in relying on self. In if you are that chaser, if you need to conquer your senses as well. There are very deep lessons associated in this relationship, and I feel that you will grow together with these. There can be a sense that you will eventually grow apart from this person, but I do not see that happening very soon. Before that, you have many lessons to conquer. I feel the natural course of this relationship is the best thing. You not having to decide, instead of being controlling in relationship situations. Let it flow. The more people you are able to handle when you both are together, or if you are able to help people through this relationship, through this connection, through this association, then this will give you the best result, because such relationships are based on effulgence, like how say, they are based on what comes out of it. They are not based on what you give each other. They are like a teamwork kind of relationship. They expect you to be out there, and yeah, you both can be outgoing and very much your own person. So it makes a point that your relationship also is that fulfills that nature of both of you, of being out, of being of use to people. Yeah, the purpose of such relationship is to grow together, is to build a world together. That kind of uh, situation I feel. And as I said, the little things that have to be worked upon are not so little in this relationship. They are very big things, very big decisions of life to be addressed, rather than the little things, little choices. If you ever have to make a choice, and if this person is the one on your mind that doesn't let you make that choice, then be very clear you have not communicated your heart out to this person, to the one who you are calling your soulmate. And as a responsibility, you have to do that. You have to bring them to the right path, to the path of self virtuousness. You have to do, and before that, you have to do it yourself. If you're too lost in the world and material stuff is is what it matters to you, if you are focused on making money, or focused on making some ambitions happen, then this relationship is something you will have to walk out of. And even that perspective is not that bad, because then you will have this lesson by yourself, if you walk out from this relationship, or if you decide to not work on this, because then you will be turning inside and working on yourself. And that is what the other end needs. That is what is the nourishment in this relationship. When you work on yourself, when you make that thing happen for you, when you make that world come alive for you. And yeah, by being humble, staying humble, these are very natural lessons to be learned in this relationship. You both have grown up. You both have grown up to be very much your own person, to be untamed kind of people. But this relationship is like asking for self discipline, self reliance, self assurance, not being an emotional mess, rather being able to handle stuff easily. And yeah, this relationship is very like, I'm sorry for taking that long, but I feel this relationship is very divinely arranged. Yes. So you can actually be free and keep going in from the support of your soulmate. There is some kind of support that you needed did not get as a child, but this person gives you that support, gives you that freedom to be making decisions. They will eventually tag along. That is what they're saying to you. So whatever you're thinking, you need to look at the brighter side, that what if this actually happens, what if what you're thinking actually happens. That is the way to think here. As I said, this person who's chasing you or the person you are chasing, they are not what they look like while you're chasing them. Or if this person chases you, if this person likes to check your social presence and be affected by that, or just talk you in general, just like to know what is up with you and how you feel about things. If they are that kind of person, know that that charm will eventually dry out, and you have to have some more solid grounds to work on, because following that charm, this person or you will actually, you are invoking the change, you are invoking the going deep within kind of interest, kind of necessity, kind of like the inner work that has to be done is being invoked by chasing this person outside. By looking for them outside, you reach your own heart. It is a cycle kind of thing. So yeah, definitely you are in a cycle, that is for sure here with this person. To break this cycle is to find those answers, and you can do it together, you can do it separately, as you wish, as you would like. It's all up to you. And but the soul lesson here, the purpose of this person in your life is to know the difference between the love and lust. When how to love something as extension of you, while you can only lust things which you think are different from you. So this is the key lesson I feel from this relationship and from the soulmate connection. And yeah, once this lesson is realized, this relationship will take a new turn. And because realizing yourself is the natural course of this relationship, the natural lesson in this relationship. So this is what I have for you, my dear viewers. If you want a personal reading with me, you can check down the description box for details, and you can DM me or either leave me an email, and I'll reply you within a good business day. And yeah, so this is what I have for you in this relationship reading. And yeah, I'll see you next time, guys. I'll move on to pile 2. Hello, my viewers. For those of you who chose pile 2, this is going to be a reading, and by the starting of this reading, I'm seeing that X, which is like just comes back again eventually, and that kind of person who with whom it don't work, but they keep coming back, or you keep going back to this person, and it just forces you to change so much. It is like tiring kind of relationship, I feel here, if this is a relationship. And this can be, for some, this can be this person is already involved with someone, they are in a marriage or something probably, or they are fighting for a separation, or you are doing that. But I feel the soulmate connection is the one that calls for the maximum transformation, and transformation on the smallest of the smallest things. Like, this is kind of, you probably, you are, who is the viewer who is looking for this reading, is a very evolved kind of person, or even like may come across as dark person. The experiences in your life have made you realize that nothing in life comes easy, and everything has background story, everything has its pros and cons, nothing is that black and white to you. It's like you have realized that gray area in the life in general and how things work. And yeah, I feel a very mature person here. But also in relationship matters, I don't think you are mature as such. You are very much of a beginner when it comes to maintaining a relationships. And as much as I don't like to say it, because I see you holding an experience in relationships, but I would say that this kind of soulmate tie can be extremely karmic. This is not just a soulmate tie, this is huge karma attached here. As to like, whenever you have taken that transformation, this person has just come barging at your door, asking you for all the explanations without any reason. This person don't have reason to come back to you and ask you for the explanation, but they still do, and you still are sticking to that explanation. This relationship is the tie. If you are a spiritual person, this relationship is the only tie in the material world to you. And yeah, if once this you release this person, you'll fly very high. But how can you release this person since you carry so much of karma from them? It's like you can melt stones, but this person's heart won't change. This person will be like, but you did not do that justification with me. So as in the last reading, the pile one reading, I remember it was about maintaining, how the lessons were around how to maintain a relationship. This reading's lessons are around how to manifest creation in your relationship, how to go to the beginning, you know, instead of carrying all this baggage, how to invoke the creation, the fertile energy that makes things happen in a new way, in a more fertile way. So definitely all the relationships do push you to think, to work on yourself and transform yourself. But here I feel, instead of transformation, yes, transformation is there on the cards, definitely, but more looking at yourself from a different perspective, looking at things that you're hiding, looking at things, looking at how strong is your faith, is the kind of lessons that you will learn in this relation, in the soulmate tie, karmic tie, as I would like to call it, because this is soulmate, yes, but this is also karma. This is like you guys cannot be separated now because you have so much of karma created with each other. Until one really, someone has to forgive someone has to let go of something old, very old, like, which is just like a baggage here, which is just like there is no other way, no other person who can um, make you say and do such things like you do in this connection. There can be even like a secret relationship of you with this person. And if you are the feminine and this masculine is pushing you to have this secret relationship, is like almost forcing you to have this as a secret and not come out, I would suggest solve, just drop this karmic tie and walk out of this relationship. It will make you feel so good. Any man would be better than this man if you are in that connection, which it is not for all. But if some man is like asking the feminine, asking the female, I see male and female very clearly. But yeah, there is an oppressive man, I feel, for some, who won't let you walk out of this relationship. Here you really need to call upon that Atman, this card. You really need to call upon that divinity in you. Find your strength. Find your innermost strength. It is beyond male and female. I'm not asking you to invoke Shakti or to invoke, I'm asking you to find that strength, find that transformative power that you need in life to move forward, to be more creative, to be able to create something. You can even be thinking, if this person is not there in my life, I won't be able to think, I won't be able to create, which is not true. This person can be your inspiration, can be a muse, but cannot be your reason of creation. Your reason of creation has to be you. If it is being projected on someone else, you really need to do a lot of inner work, my dear. You need to change a lot. While you're shying away from many conversations, many confrontations, it can be in the family or friends. In the family and friends, you are shying away from expressing how you're feeling because you're just dragging this relationship in some way. If this is a relationship, then you're dragging it. It is like very clear message here to be able to drop the karmic tie which come along as social boundaries and keeping everyone's emotion in check. You are taking a lot of toll on yourself to keep everyone in a happy space, and you are not even realizing it. You are literally pushing it back into your subconscious. There can be huge involvement of a parent figure in this kind of conditioning, I feel. You've been conditioned to feel that it's okay to feel miserable. This is what is this relationship is asking you to change. In last few minutes I explained a few scenarios which can be possible in this. If even if none of that is happening in this relationship, and this is just a very beginning of a connection, I feel there is wrong distribution of power in this relationship, and the feminine needs to claim on her own existence. Both people need to consider their feminine energies, their needs, their aspirations separately, which can be around anything at all in life. Both, instead of like merging into each other, both together can merge into something bigger. If you just merge into each other, you will end up feeding on each other's energy, which is not creative yet destructive energy. Exactly the opposite. You need creation in this relationship. Tap into that creativity. What do you guys do? I can feel there can be some blockages sexually. Yes, if this person, you love this person, but sexually they are not what you want, or you are so much at distance that you are not able to experience your creativity at all with this person, or you have children involved already. Whatever may be the case, that's just the time. If that is one of the case, then you need to help yourself realize that Atman, that completion is such a necessity in this relationship. Some things left unsaid, some questions were not answered, so much of it you have put under the carpet. That is why it has become so heavy, it has become so gravitational. You can't just escape it. So you escape into either sleep or into dreams, into addictions, into secrets, all sorts of hideouts you are trying. But eventually you'll have to face it. You will have to very much face this, my viewer. This is long coming. Face yourself, express yourself. The lesson here is creation. Be creative. Trust the uncertain. Trust the uncertain. If that is what you are going to become from this relationship, if that is what you're going to become, give up on anything. Give up on anything this has to offer. Anything can be given upon for evolved you. Yes, this is what I have for you in this reading. Spend time with yourself. Give yourself proper relaxation, proper nourishment. Don't take away those good things from yourself, from your life, because of something, some worry that you have a constant hangover of. So, yeah, drop it. Drop it for a new you. Do that in a work that you have postponed. Chandra is calling you. Find your guides there within your subconscious. Instead of looking for them in things that are over. Instead of asking why me, try me to the world, to the universe. When there is something destructive that has happened to you, you can either let it destroy you or just make something new out of it. It's completely on you. Yeah, you are just one decision away from your new awakening. You see this? This is like such a perfect flowering of a human. It is just one prayer away, one real prayer away. God is always with you. God has no boundaries, no conditions attached. You just invoke on Him and He is there. He is in the moment, not in a fancy place outside. So this relationship is calling for a completion so that you can invoke new creative energy. I hope you are able to free this soulmate connection from its karmic ties so that it can bring you real juice of this relationship. Yes. Relationships also have their flavor, and when there are so much of outside influences, the flavor can be lost. But it don't mean that it will remind you of its presence every now and then, so that you can keep going, keep working on the reason, on the purpose of this relationship, this connection, why you need it in this life. This is what I have for you, my viewers of Pile 2, and I hope this resonates. I hope you get those answers very soon and start to catch upon the inner work that needs to be done, and also you find your faith back in yourself. So with this blessing, I would like to move on to pile number 3, and I will see you next time. For a personal reading, you can contact me on my IG, for which the link is given in the description box. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, take care. Hello and welcome back, my viewers. For those of you who chose pile 3, this is going to be your reading. And since we are reading on soulmate energy and how it is part of your life, how it is affecting your life, and how are things going in your astral space, what are you manifesting out of this relationship, what is the background of this relationship, what is the purpose of this relationship in your life. And with this reading, I feel this is showing me a soulmate connection which is based on growth already. You guys have come across a long way. You started meeting when you guys had no maturity or no sense of being living in boundaries. But when you met this person, since then you have grown into so much. Now you can even be involved in a marriage with this person, and this relationship has been the light of your life. This person has helped you realize things you were not seeing, and vice versa. And I feel the ultimate purpose of this relationship is very much to find you both want to experience that oneness, that emerging of the two paths emerging of the duality into one another. That is the purpose of this relationship. It is beyond material world. It does not involve, even if you guys, like as I said, you can be married, but the social and the physical aspects are far behind the emotional and spiritual growth this relationship has to offer. Like the kind of the sense of belonging, you might also feel that you have known this person from before. That kind of feeling, that kind of uh, completeness you feel with this person. And yeah, there can be, both of you have taught each other a lot of things, a lot of uh, ways in life, a lot of ways to handle life. And I feel the purpose of this relationship is you to realize the law of the nature, what how things are, uh, how things start, how things emerge, and how things uh, take you towards new things, and then they become complete oneness with the source, and then there is new creation again. That kind of the ultimate law is being shown to you in this relationship. When you look at each other, you're not looking at a man or a woman, you are looking at your soulmate. That is the kind of feeling this relationship, this tie is supposed to give you. You are looking at someone who has lived a life with you, who has their life lessons with you without having an attachment to that person. They are so much part of your life. That is the kind of feeling I'm getting from this reading. And on a more lighter note, if this is not the case with all, I feel there can be, lessons in this tie regarding how to let go of material things. Like, yeah, um, the the human being above all is like the kind of, like the humanity above all is like the kind of lesson that this relationship is supposed to teach you. You can come from very different backgrounds, both of you. You can have distance in between you. There can be a lot of things. There can be sometimes very abrupt energy, sometimes very slow energy, all kinds of misleading elements can be there. But besides all of that, this is the person you want to look up to, this is the person you care for. So there's good sense of caring and emotional bond and emotional understanding in this tie, in this connection, but also a sense of continuous transformation. Also, I feel like you both have accepted that you are going to base this equation on growth. You will help each other, you are more friendly towards each other. Or if this is not already happening in your equation, then these are the uh, purpose, these are the lessons that you're going to learn on your way with this person. But yeah, this is what I feel that the ultimate union with the divine, that is the kind of oneness, what they call, like the complete feeling of I am. That is the purpose of this relationship. That is where this is going to be pushed, that is where it is going to take you. If you are not willing to do that compromise, that if you are going to be doing a lot of thinking, then this is not of kind of connection you want to be in. If you are someone who does all the things by thinking on them a lot, then you won't be able to sustain in such a connection, because this connection requires standing on your 2 feet all the time. All the time you are looking for that next message from the universe, that you have to make this happen now you have to make this happen, and now this should be there. So there is a lot of teamwork also, I feel, in your equation with this person. And how much ever you may shy away from the reality of a divine presence in this relationship, a divine guidance in this relationship, because I feel there is also not very convention is not a conventional relationship, and your friends may say that they might be giving you some kind of knowledge on how to make it more conventional, but it just do not suit any of you. You want to keep it this way, and there can be that the masculine is just too wild. This is like rare when I see a male who is like too absorbed in this, in his or this can also be like the masculine in this relationship, I feel, is like too absorbed in their own creative pursuits, in their own things that they want to make happen. They are so involved with it that they are first married to their work. This can be a situation for some, and the feminine in here is like very much uh, complete within herself. She knows where to go and what are the good decisions to be made. So it is a very like fulfilling thing, like both feel helped from each other. And as both of you do not have that attachment to the material world, it becomes very satisfying to be around such person. I feel this relationship has a lot of healing, a lot of faith to offer. Like this is the kind of relationship which makes you feel good for the, like the good is still there in the world, that kind of people. And if you ever think to start a family together, to start to start living together, this is what others are going to see in you. They will see good people, and you can be a storyteller. You can tell them how you made this happen and how you, yeah, yeah, it can be that fairy tale with a touch of reality, because you both are such grounded personalities. And if not, if you want to sustain in this connection, you have to be a grounding personality, a grounded, completely emotionally, physically, and like in every which way healthy and grounded. That is what is the lesson in this relationship. Like, be complete within yourself, and you will enrich the other also with that. You will enrich the world with that light. So this is what I have for you guys in this reading, which was the soulmate tie reading, soulmate connection reading. For the next part of this reading, you can check my last video, which was for the pile 4, 5 and 6. And I hope this resonates, and you can check for like more material aspects in the relationship for, in that video, in the reading for pile 4, 5 and 6. And yeah, so I will see you guys next time with a new work, with a new video, new messages for you. And for personal readings, you can check the description box and contact me. I'll be so glad to hear from you. And yes, so this is what I have for you. I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.